Ladies and gentlemen, this guy had talent to burn, and what he did as a baseball player, an overachiever at every team he played for, basically a role player, a great defensive player, a great home run hitter, and the man they called Heathcliff, boys, when he was playing in Toronto, he really put together four of the best campaigns for a DH, what he called a money hitter in team history. Of course, we have to talking about the great Cliff Johnson. Now, Cliff Johnson was born July 22nd, 1947, in the beautiful Texas community of San Antonio. He recently celebrated his 75th birthday. Now, he got his big start, of course, with the Houston Astros, went on with the Yankees, where he won 2 World Series, then the Indians, the Cubs, and the Athletics, but he had 2 terms of duty with the Blue Jays in 83-84 and 85-86, where he was a feared power hitter. And he also played 1 season with the Rangers. He batted in true right-handed and split time between catcher, first base, and outfielder in the early part of his major league career before becoming primarily a full-time designated hitter. And at the time when he was playing, he was one of only a handful of black catchers in Major League Baseball. There was a glory era of that in the 50s, kind of faded away, but he brought the popularity of black catcher back and paved the road for a lot of the black catchers that followed. Now, as a catcher in San Antonio's Wheatley High School in 65, he was the 83rd pick of Steele in the 66 draft. Now, after 6 seasons in the minor leagues and very, very tough campaigns, he made his major league debut on September 13, 72, and played for the Astros until partway through the 77 season when he was traded to the Yankees. Now, again, a member of the 77 and 78 Yankees World Series title teams, both over the LA Dodgers. Now, Johnson was considered kind of the unsung hero of those 2 teams, a money player for sure. Now, unfortunately, on April 19, 79, following a Yankee loss to the Orioles, Reggie Jackson started kidding Johnson about his inability to hit Goose Gossage. While Johnson was showering, Gossage insisted to Jackson that he struck out Johnson all the time when he used to face him. When Jackson relayed this information to Johnson upon his return to the locker room, a fight started between Johnson and the pitcher. Gossage eventually tore ligaments in his right thumb and missed 3 months of the season. Teammate Tommy John called it a demoralizing blow to the team, and Johnson, as a result, was later traded to Cleveland 2 months after the brawl. And a lot of people believe this cost the World Series for the Yankees in the playoffs in 79. Now, as a member of the Blue Jays in the mid-1980s, he was a fan favorite at Exhibition Stadium until his retirement on September 30th, 1986. In a 15-season Major League career, Johnson posted a .258 batting average with 196 home runs and 699 RBIs in 1,369 games played. Now, he has great fascination amongst Canadians, and I tell you why. Not because of being with the Blue Jays. He held a Major League record for pinch hit home runs with 20 until he was surpassed by Matt Stairs, our New Brunswick native and multi-team player, our World Series champion in 2010. And, of course, talent runs in his family. He's the brother-in-law of retired Major League left fielder Mike Easler. Now, what's kind of strange for me, ladies and gentlemen, can you imagine Cliff Johnson and Mike Easler back in your lineup? That would be destructive. Now, the idea about Johnson, we determine batting style, and whatever on the field, he's always putting the ball in play. So we're going to go over some of the rough stats of his career, because it's interesting how no matter who he played, he put up really, really good numbers. Now, I give an example, ladies and gentlemen, and we're just going to talk about baseball reference a little bit. And I want you to know he's 6'4", 215 pounds, and it wasn't really the type of player would intimidate a lot of people intentionally. But get this, ladies and gentlemen, besides Reggie Jackson, he's most known for wearing number 44. Now, of course, his big season in Houston was 95, where he had 165 RBIs. By the time he got to New York in 77, again, the statistics didn't really bear out how much of a money player he was.
But when he got to Toronto, ladies and gentlemen, he put up some really, really dynamite numbers, especially in that when he really started towards the end of it. 1980, he had 6 RBIs with a strong 260 for his average. What if there was a consistency? He could get to any 50 and 35 RBIs a season. He would be in that average season, some 600, especially 84. It would be laudable. What I like about Cliff as well, every time he went to the plate, he was doing something. He was advancing. He let other key players. But I think what really helped, if anybody that knew Toronto needed a player to help them build towards being contender, Cliff Johnson was the player that brought it together. And I think they got him as a steal from the other teams that had him. But, you know, things do happen. But a lot of people said when he arrived in Toronto, he was washed up. He wasn't washed up, ladies and gentlemen. With the right type of backing, like he would bat 4th or sometimes 5th, even sometimes 6th, could easily got 100 RBIs. But Toronto wasn't a scoring team at a time. It was a singles and doubles team because a lot of their players weren't capable of hitting no more than 5-10 home runs a season. So he was, with him and Upshaw and when George Bell arrived and all the key players, you know, he was the guy that Toronto really, a very good player on the road too as well. So Cliff Johnson, one of the most underrated players in Major League Baseball history. It's my honor to talk about him. Again, 2-time world champion, and I really believe, if they really thought about it, they should put him in the Canadian Baseball Hall of Fame because what he gave to baseball in Toronto for those 4 years is just tremendous. Not only because he's quality, but you hit 258 of your career with all the teams he played for and all the pressure, you know, especially in New York. A tremendous asset to every team he played for. Thanks for listening. Bye.